All right, Gabe Valdez here with another video. I went ahead and found this cool video from Mr. Dillman. He's got a tech channel. He's got several VEX examples of mechanisms. And so I saw this 4-bar linkage and I said, I wonder if I can make this an OnShape in some way, shape, or form. So let's go ahead and dive in. So I went ahead and created this rotary to oscillating motion 4-bar linkage lab. You can actually find it in public. If you go to public and type that out, rotary to oscillating motion, it'll come up and you can copy it over to your OnShape account so you can follow along. Let's go ahead and dive right in to see how we assemble this. First, let me go ahead and show you how this will operate. Again, I just want to get the general motion down. I can go back and add screws and I could add that the other structure that he had on his device, but I'm going to take this Revolute, which is number 2 here, which is the gear, and I'm going to go ahead and animate it. I'm going to go ahead and loop it. I'll go ahead and add some steps so that way it's not so quick, and I'll hit play and we can see it in action. Conversion of rotary motion. So this would be my input to my oscillating motion, which would be this output here. Pretty cool. So let's go ahead and dive right in and see how we could assemble this. So let me make sure public one is this one. This is my copy that I'm going to run from. If you open up and you don't see anything, you're probably not in the assembly tab. So click on assembly tab and let's go ahead and jump right in. So I'm going to use nothing but reciprocating mates here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit not reciprocating mates, excuse me, revolute mates. So I'm going to hit revolute mate. I'm going to go ahead and select the center of this. And then I'm going to grab onto this origin here. So I'm going to rotate this around just a tad. And I'm going to hold shift, and that's what I want to rotate to. All right, so I'm just gonna look at it like this from the front. Fantastic. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can take this. Oops. Okay. I'm not sure what happened here. I think I accidentally selected something by mistake. So instead of clicking OK, I started clicking other things. I did not intend to do that. So let me go ahead and hit shift, grab the center of this, hold shift so I can find, that's the one. Hit OK. There we go. Okay. Now you can test it out. Right click on Revolute, go to animate, hit play. That one's going to reciprocate. You can change this to a loop. Continuous rotation. Fantastic. We got it working. Time to move on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look at this from the front. I'm going to go ahead and create a revolute mate between the center of this here. I'm going to hold shift. I'm going to snag that center there. Finally got it. And I'll go ahead and hold shift. Rotate this a little bit. Hold shift and grab the center of that. I believe that's in the right way. Let's check that out. Let's try flipping that, see what happens. There we go, much better. Okay, so now that spins around that. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and move along. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and attach. I'll go ahead and do a revolute between, let's see. Let me see if I can set this up to look similar to what he has. Let me rotate this. Nope. 0 degrees. Change this to 0. There we go. I placed these things, they weren't exactly. All right. So I'm going to do that real quick. All right. I'm going to take this revolute mate again. I'm going to select the center of this. Let's see. Yeah, I think I can do that. Let me select the center of this one here. Flip it. There we go. Okay. So this should be able to rotate, but right now it can't because this isn't fixed. So the whole thing moves like as if I'm sliding it. So what I'm going to do is a little bit ways up, not all the way at the end. He's got this linkage, so that is this one here. So I'm going to do another revolute mate between the center of that, and let's do the back side of this one. About right here. And let's see what happens when I do that. Click OK. All right. I like what I see. I like it. That allows that to do that. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this and I'm going to fix this one in place. Okay. When I do that, because again, going back to this one's locked in place. It's fixed. I can run it. All right. You can see it's fixed. Now when I do that, I can see that I've got the motion. Let me go ahead and try revoluting this one again, animating it. Let's do a loop, see what happens. Beautiful. I love it. Okay. So let me go ahead and stop that. Let me go ahead and do another revolute mate. I'm going to go ahead and snag the center of this one to the center of this one. Let's see what flipping it does. Let's flip it. See if that's where I kind of wanted it to be. Nope. Let me double click that. Oh, snap. Think I broke OnShape. Done that a couple times already. It's thinking, it's thinking. Stop, let's hit refresh again. Oh, fantastic. It logged me out. And there we go. All right, let's see if it remembered what I did. Okay, seems to be okay. So let's go ahead and go back here. All right. So this one is a revolute mate, the center of this to the center of this one. We flip it. I want to ensure that it's in the front. There we go. Okay. There we go. Now I can go ahead and connect these together. What I'm going to do is I am going to do a revolute mate. That's on the back side, front side. Ooh, what happened to this one here? Let me exit this out real quick. Which revolute is that one? This one here. Let's flip it, see what happens. There we go. Okay. It was on the back side. It was actually within it, and I needed it to be out in front. So if it's not out in front like you would actually assemble, then try flipping it or changing where you're mating, because that is going to change how this assembles. So I'm going to go ahead and let's position this, see what we can do here. Let's try it right there. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to take the back side of this, do a revolute mate, hit Shift and grab the center of that. I'm going to come down over here, hold Shift, grab the center of this one. That looks okay. Don't worry about that. It's going to hold this constraint just fine. And now I think I've got a mechanism that would actually operate, at least virtually, in my OnShape world. Some considerations as I revolve this. This was number 1, I believe. Right click, animate it. I'm gonna loop it. Instances may be constrained. No, I don't think they are. Let's try again. Animate. Oh, you know what? I may have gone too low. Let me delete this. It says, hey, dude, you've gone way too low. I can't even make it all the way around here. So let me go to that extreme limit there. Let's try coming up just a bit. Let's see what happens. Let's do a revolute mate. Hold Shift, grab the back of that, or the center of that rather. Come up here. Hold Shift, grab the center of this one. Hit OK. Let's try this now. Let's see if we can get that motion. So I'm going to go ahead and right click that, animate it. Let's do loop. There we go. Okay. So mechanically, I was too far down to where once I went back, I didn't have the range of motion that I needed. So OnShape said, dude, something's wrong. You got to fix it. Okay. So again, here I have rotary motion converting to oscillating motion, similar to what you see here in his 4-bar linkage video. Okay. Where this bar here is another 1-by piece that I'm using here on OnShape. I hope this tutorial was helpful. And I hope you have a great rest of the day. Thank you for watching.